Let's see here. Signal excellent. Zero dropped frames. Oops. 2 plus. There we go. Hit the lid right there. And I think. Why did that just get. I can't win right now. Oops. Why did it pull me out of that? Let's refresh this. Maybe it'll show us up. Connecting to streaming software, go live. It should be good. All right, I think we're good now. Am I hearing my own stream? No. What the heck is going on? All right, I think we're good now. Yeah, I'm definitely hearing my own stream. What? No. Mute. That was annoying. Why is that an option? All right, let's see here. Let's get you back over here. I'll get that fixed. All right, now back to what I was doing. Hopefully we are actually live and I'm not wasting my time here, but here we go. There. Get some more of this action going on here. I'm trying to get this red texture base in here. I don't really have a color to match this, just the paint. It's already gumming up. Ugh. It's because I had some on there already, probably. But I'm also trying to pull it so it's fills this gap. Let's see here. I'm trying to make this Castellan Crowe base match my other bases. It's been the fun part. So, play with some ideas since I built this yesterday. How I want to do this. Oh, but the big challenge, like I just said, is I want it to match the rest of my bases. So put a base right here as an example. This Castellan Crowe base has got some serious action happening on it. Like there's so much going on. And I want to get it as close as possible to all these other bases. Because I have got almost a full army before I finally got my hands on this guy. And I've done all these beautiful bases with cork that I absolutely love. But it doesn't, this like one base, almost all the heroes don't really have a unique base but this guy. To clean this have a paint that I can just paint the ground parts with. I do, however, definitely know that I am just going to totally annihilate this skull that's on here, and it has nothing to do with my base. So some of these flatter parts that are going to get this texture paint on them to kind of make it look like my other bases. Same thing probably right here, just a little bit for the texture. Ooh, not necessarily right there. That's where the foot goes. I don't have like a napkin at the ready. Oi! And clean this thing off while I'm at it. I know I just wasted a bunch because I glooped it on there just now, but there we go. Boom. Yeah, right there. Oh, see, that's going on there much better. I'm going to clean this tool a little bit more because it was starting to get gummy. I don't care if I go over on the base right now. We're good to go. But let's spread this out a little bit more. Oh, that was a beautiful, like rolled it right into space. Don't want this skull to show up at all, but I want texture from this. Fortunately, this stuff does take a bit to dry. Probably not going to be able to paint it as fully as I want to tonight. Maybe? I don't know. But we'll see. I'm going to get more over this skull part I completely want to cover up. Feel free to yell at me if I tend to drift off and pull it more and more into my chest as I work and look straight down. So if I start to do that, feel free to yell at me and correct me if my work goes out of frame randomly and for too long. That's gonna go under his foot right there, but let's just get a little bit on there. Yeah. Not too much right there. I don't want to cover up that casing right there. I think the casings are actually really cool in here. I was thinking about doing the same thing like I'm doing here, covering up the skull and covering up the like these ruins? Not ruins. Yeah, technically they're ruins. Like this. At least this one to kind of make it look more like the bases that I've already been making. Again, this is really just to get this texture on here, not really for the color. Kind of use it to raise it up. Where's he at? I want to see if, yeah, let's go ahead and clean this off too. See if it gets it to where I want it to get. I want to get this texture stuff on him, but I kind of just want to, yeah, okay, so I need to cover up that part a little bit more. His toe doesn't quite go over this part right here yet. Fairly close to the tip of his toe. Bet. How much of this back foot goes over this thing? I think we're good. I put a little bit on there. Right there. This is awesome. I love this bit. This is gonna be cool, but I think I'm gonna cover this up too, just to make it more cohesive to my base. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I did it. It happened. The straight line's gonna look a little weird. I have some of my bases have like cracks in them and changes of elevation and stuff like that. But not a straight line, so we have to play with this a little bit. Yeah, like that. Maybe we'll just fill that in completely and make it look like it's one big piece. Yeah. And that's gonna be the best thing to do there. Just really just use this tool and muck that in there. Yep. It does give it a change in its elevation. Try not to make it look too flat, because I actually do have like variabilities in here. It's like the level of cork is like the #1 base. This is like a half piece, and this is like a full piece. Second full piece, I should say. So I'm trying to get some height and stuff on some of these places. Almost like there's like rock there. Oh yeah, that looks good. All right, now let's start. Do I want to get a different tool for that? Nah. Just keep using this bad boy. It's doing a great job. Ooh, that was a lot. Oh, I've got to get this part, so it's perfect that I got a lot. Boom! There we go. And that's just the first little layer there. There's like a hole right there. There we go. Alright, let's get into some of these cracks here. Again, I might still do the same thing right here. Just need a little bit. Yeah. I'm very happy with that so far. Bum, 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 bum. Let's start getting into here. Like a little air hole right there. Again, I wish I had. I don't have a paint that's like this exact color. I got orange and I got red. I could probably make it, but I don't want it to be that far off. I'd rather just push this around and use it almost like a paint. But I do love this stuff. I was like really like questioning this when I first bought it. I was like, I've never used like this style of texture paint material before, but I absolutely love this Monument Hobbies Red Earth. It was perfect for what I envisioned for my base. I think I'm gonna cover up this sword completely too, though. It's like on the box, is it? Nah, you can't really even see it on the box. I think, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Like there's all these rocks and stuff, and I think it'll look kind of cool. If it like pokes through, it pokes through, but we're gonna kind of just push this red earth material right around it. There's like an area right here. There's like a big crack. that was good. So I'm still filling in. Once this stuff, it doesn't what I would say shrink too much, but it definitely, once it dries, it shrinks a little bit. It shrinks a little bit. So sometimes you got to use this stuff twice. If it's too thin in an area, it'll flatten out quite a bit. I guess that would be considered shrinking, but it just also means you put it on too thin in that area and used it almost too much like a paint. I generally apply this with a brush. I think it would be best for what I'm doing today. Trying to get in all these little cricks and cracks and making it cohesive to the base, to the base there versus the base. What the heck is the name difference between that? I don't know. The disc, the platform. I don't know. It doesn't look too terrible either. If I do get it like up on the back side of this, I'll make it look like it's just been there for a minute. Trying to think about how I want to hit this to get it into these cracks. Yeah, I think I'm going to cover up the sword. Like I said, when I pull it and thin it out, and it exposes itself, bonus points, but really just want to get this red in here. And we start trying to pull this, make this really thin, because it is textured, so I'm not really trying to go too deep here. I really do actually just want to kind of apply the, you know what, let me clean this gunk up off of here, and let's try a different head. I don't want to quite use a brush right now. Oh, this might be perfect right here. It's got a nice like little angled tip on it, a little sharp point. Might help this flat side to use it to pull, just to push it into the cracks, but I can pull it off with the sword maybe. Yep. Shove the excess into this crack. I'm gonna have to put some texture on top of this too. I just realized how flat this is. Let's do that real quick too while I'm looking at it and thinking about it. I'm really hoping they give us, aka Grey Knights, a updated Primarch soon, because his base is well, he doesn't come with the base because he's old as holy heck. He's still a resin model for the current Drago, but he's so small. He's like almost, he's almost smaller. He's in power armor, and he's almost smaller than this guy, who's technically just a regular old Space Marine armor. So it's funny. Yeah, it looks way better. I'm gonna pull a little bit. I'm gonna try to shove this in here. I'm not trying to fill the gap right now. I'm just really trying to just get this color in there. No, keep repeating the same thing, but ugh, it's more like a reminder to myself. This isn't getting in the, I just didn't really have any, I guess. There. that's not bad. I think I'm almost done with this though. It's starting to muck up. I do love these little silicone brushes though. They are awesome. All right, let's go back to this and let's start shoving some more of this in here. This little point, this might be the best way to do this. Yeah, because it's pretty thick. I'm not trying to fill that hole. See some of the flat section there again, because it's starting to thin out, so let's add a little bit more texture to that. We don't want any of these flat areas sticking out. Boom. I totally missed this spot right here. See, there's a casing right there. That's too much. One, two, three, four. This little pointer, my buddy went deer hunting today. First deer of the season. He's had an effective day. A lot. That might have been too much right there. Ugh. All right, that's starting to look good actually. Need to get some more in here. This red. I was trying not to cover up this casing that's in here, but it's all good. Again, it's more, if anything, for the color. And if you go too thin, the color really fades out. A lot going on here. Is that like a lip right there? Let's put a little texture on top of that. We can really bring that down. Big lip here. Ooh, no, 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 don't. Sticky stuff, stay sticky. Ugh, I'm just trying to give it a little wipe to get this excess off, or it's easier later. Aye. Don't. My pieces, my tool's getting a little mucked up here, so it's getting a little weird. A little spot right here. I need to get some more red action. I pretty much go pretty high with this stuff on my cork bases, so we are kind of getting there. Mostly I hit the tops for the texture that I'm able to get with cork, but I don't think we're really going to be able to put any tufts on here. Let's see if we can shove some more down in this hole. There's some darker sections still going on in there. Casing is really trying to come through, which I'm actually okay with. casing is trying to come through too. Maybe I will. Let's clean that with some water. Yes. I would really actually like it if that casing visible without a bunch of crap on it. Probably try to wipe some of this off here too. Oh yeah. Now I'm going to try to use it like an eraser. It's probably not going to happen very well. It's been on there for a minute. Oh, let's see. A teensy tiny bit. Right there. Shove it in there. There we go. Little area right there. Oh yes. I think this is going to work out really well. And that sword did come through, so that'll be fun. Again, now we're going to try to clean it off. Alright, screw it. That is fighting me pretty bad. No problem if it looks a little buried. Kind of actually would fit my theme. It's like really thin right here. Boom. I think we're good. Let's get some of the wetter stuff and try to shove it in there. I almost use this as like the area has been sandblasted. Still really thin right there. All this is going to get painted, so it's fine. I'm just trying to make it look like it's multi-layered. I actually should have pasted that, so when I go to glue it, it's not paint on paint. It's actually plastic on plastic, so I'll probably scrape this paint off eventually. But we're done with those. Get back in the rack. There we go. Alright, let's put this lid on. I usually don't like to leave that stuff open that long. This stuff really doesn't like the heat area like that. It's definitely too wet right now to paint, unfortunately. And we're going to be doing a lot of dry brushing. So like dry brushing all this before I go into like the details and stuff. So like painting this and stuff is not gonna actually really be conducive. So that's really gonna be it right there. Wait, what is like this shape right there? What is, let me just use the back of the brush. It's like a rock or something. It's supposed to be like a rock or something. Ew. Yeah. I can always fill it in later if I feel like I need to. Well, we got this first step done, but now we need this to dry. And this stuff, I've noticed it doesn't, like using a hair dryer or anything like that, doesn't really make it go any faster. Just gonna try to press the edges a little bit. Manually, it's actually pretty solid. It's still a little sticky. Just like where the base gap is, just really want Should be good. All right. I think that's going to be it for that part. Now we could technically go into... no, it doesn't have any... No, it's got plenty of stuff going on. It's like I can add a skull to this or something. But, nah. I don't think I really want to start painting him right now. I might start painting his head, though, right now. I'm a little hesitant to start painting on that. This is definitely still very wet. So I primed the base black, primed him silver like I prime all my guys, and then I primed his head white because it's going to be white. So that just makes sense with the rest of the Purgation Squad. You know what? Let me pull up a picture of Castellan Crowe for my self-reference real quick. I don't think I'm spelling that right. Oh, definitely not. Way wrong. Let's make this. There we go. Images. All right. There's an image with his helmet on. A Reddit picture, the box art, just in my hand. I'm just kind of curious about like other people paint him. Well, everybody paints him in the same style though, so it's whatever. Oh, he had an original. Oh, I didn't know that. He had an older model. I didn't know that. I am new to the gray. Oh, see, here's a nice zoomed in picture. Oh, that's him in his armor though. One good picture is a white helmet. A lot of it's just the box art. This picture. Well, this picture just, it's zoomed in, I guess. Yeah. So he's got those nice blue eyes, he's got silver, his helmet's pretty much white. All right, so what we can do is I think we'll at least start on his helmet. Pretty much, I know it's technically the basing stream, but screw it, let's go. I told myself I was gonna challenge myself and airbrush him more than anything else. And I think that's still technically true. Yeah, let's do it. Screw it. We're not using a brush. I'm gonna ink his helmet. All right, so let's move this way off to the side so it doesn't get. Let me get my paint board, airbrush on. No, we'll use this side. I recently painted something green. And let me get my white ink. Oh, let me get a glove. Jeez. I always forget to grab a glove when I'm painting. I've been doing better about it though. I have yet to start like priming with my airbrush. It's probably a better idea. I've actually never used this ink to prime white before either. I'm a little nervous. But like I said, I told myself I was going to challenge myself to paint this model with this airbrush. So want to try to start speeding up my skills. Also told myself I was going to get... Oh! I totally just bumped my ink. Jesus. All over my mouse pad. Just washed it. Jesus. That's why I use it. Just get this. Of course, right? I don't ever spill anything. Oh, goodness. The gloves were pointless now. Now it's all over my other hand from this rag. Goodness gracious. Alright. Oh, there's still some wet coming off this lid. Now you just watch me clean for the next 5 minutes. Alright. Let's get you away from me before I make any more mistakes. There's ink everywhere. Alright. There it goes. Yes, I primed this with white, and I don't know what it is, but my white primers, paints that I always buy, like spray paint, are always horrible. Like I had one can that was completely full that I haven't used it in a while. I've probably actually never used it. I went through like 2 cans today just to paint this freaking head. It was driving me crazy. Oh, you can see, oh, I couldn't really see it before, but now you can really see the mold line on this helmet. And a terrible job that I did on it. Oh god. I'm gonna have to fix it. Oh no! You could see, I don't know if the camera's probably not picking it up because of the contrast of the white, but the mold line on there is horrid. Ugh. This feels so bad. You can't screw up like a hero's head. Did a good job getting it the other way, but not this way. I didn't even see it until I started painting it with this ink. I don't know why that made that stand out so bad. That was weird. Kind of looks cool. Kind of looks like his helmet's like he's been shot in the head or something. Much better. Just want his to be like super smooth. All right, let that dry out. Other than his head, there's nothing really else that's white, so this is already done. I only tried to put a couple drops in there for this, that wouldn't be a problem. But actually, you know what? Let's keep that out, and let's clean this real quick. Distilled water. Acrylic thinner, just in case. This distilled water will probably be enough. Scoop it and dump it. Scoop it and dump it. Make a mess everywhere. I love the results I get off of an airbrush. Sometimes. You know what I'm saying. If you used an airbrush, you know what I'm saying. You already know what I'm saying. Unfortunately, that's about it for that helmet. We can start painting him like some of the metallic colors probably. Oh god, there's still so much in there. And I backfilled it, there was a lot. I thought I was almost done. I forgot to backfill. Inks are, oh, yeah, I did something green the other day, as you can tell by this board. I did a gelatinous cube for D&D, and it was just the hugest, like, multi-layer monstrosity I have done in a while. All right, let's get some thinner. Oops, might not help in the thinner, just to get just a couple drops in there. Now let's run some thinner. Did I really close the back? I did. Good habit. Now we're gonna just shoot it right out. Let's see how much white actually comes out of here. Not bad. I don't know why it's jumping out like that. Usually it doesn't do that. Yeah. Not terrible. Especially if we're gonna use it here again in a few. I'm not going to be too crazy. I can't do my normal test with this white ink because of I can't see what color it is off of, yeah, it's still some white ink coming out. That's all good. Let's shoot some more distilled water through it. Backfill. Yeah, there's still a lot of white ink in there. But I did finally get a hold of some Grey Knight Steel Air, which I've never used. I'm not even 100% sure where to put it on him, because I've never been able to get a hold of it, so all my other models don't have any on it. Alright, distilled water again, and we'll just see how much backfill we get. Good lord, that's like jumping out like a foot. That's good enough, because we're going right into the next. Keep this napkin. Napkin's still good. Go ahead and keep all this other cleaning stuff, because we're going to switch colors probably. Yeah, keep this on. So I wanted to try a new method that I've never done before. And that's like I usually just non-oil the heck out of these things. I just want to try the airbrush as a like an overall white, like a with a non-oil. Can't believe I got ink. Can you see it? It's everywhere over here. It's way worse off camera, like right off camera. This model is so awesome looking. Probably should practice on like get some other normal model before I do this, but here we go. It's supposed to be airbrush ready, so let's see how this works out. Looks like there's an air bubble in there somehow. Spin, spin, spin. Maybe I didn't shake it up enough. There's a shaker in there. Weird. It's like a strange air bubble in there. Still got a lot of liquid in there. Maybe that's just the... There we go. I'm really just trying to hit it like the metal parts and undertone of this as an experiment. It's actually rather metallic. Okay, it's working. I feel like I'm just applying a little bit to it and then mostly just moving it with the air from the airbrush. It looks really good. Definitely giving it that blue hue that I've always been missing. And I'm trying to do it from the bottom so it gives it like that upper guess I just never realized how metallic this was supposed to be. Oh, it's almost out. Just a little in there. It's way too close, but whatever. I'm trying to hold it by the parts that I know aren't really going to get this blue on there. But using it as an undertone. This might change how I paint my models. Definitely, oh my god, it definitely looks blue on the camera. It looks like I overdid it on the camera, but it doesn't look like that in person. It's definitely a change. Like you can see the change on the banner from here to here where I was covering it up, trying not to get too much on the banner. But I feel like this might change how I base this model now. I obviously just prime them all gray, the silver, so it makes it easy. Big boy here is just primed gray. Little whips. Like I said, this is the first one I've been able to do this way. This looks awesome. With that blue undertone. I probably overdid it, but if I go over this with known oil, I think this will look amazing. Like, if I look at it from here, all I see is silver. And if I look at it from here, all I see is blue, which is exactly what I wanted. There's a couple spots that it's a little bit overly intense, like right here on the chest plate, but this actually came out really good. I'm very happy with it. It makes me... There's a lot of... I've done a whole strike squad. I've done like half my Terminators are complete. And now I don't feel like they're complete. Oh no. Like my Calgor is like ready to be known oiled and then repainted. This one was so rough. Ugh. But like, this one was like one of the first ones I painted with this silver paint. It's so thick in some places. You know what? Bump it. While we're here, let's go ahead and I have some models on my desk that are sitting here already. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Right on the legs. Oh man, I just bumped him really hard. Oh no, that's right. He's really loose on there. Gotta be careful. This could almost use a little like thinner in it. It sounds crazy. This stuff is really thin. He's moving a lot. It's freaking me out. I thought I had him better secured. I want him to match. So let's hit him up from the same angle. Dude. I'm like way off screen. My bad. Ooh, that got really blue there. Ew. It's like this paint like chooses on its own when it wants to come out really good. Dude, that looks so good. You go over there. Now, the ones I'm nervous to do this on are the ones I've already painted their weapons. No, I'll just hold them by the... Like, that's all I've done is, like, add some leftover red, and I did is weapon. That was about it. On the majority of these, but there we go. It's coming out. And maybe this will be a better option. Like, you talk about slapping it with non-oil after I do this. It'll probably be better to do it like on a random Terminator than my main hero. And kind of experimenting to see what it looks like. Getting thin here. It went from not coming out to holy shit. Again. skin it just from this bottom angle, I think it looks so good. So it's like silver on top, and then like in the shadows it shimmers like this blue. It's not as intense. I'm gonna hit this. Fortunately, I gotta get up in there to get it on this like little hood piece. There we go. Just that was weird. Running out? No. Weird. Just like not really coming out. At least I'm just not noticing it. Noticed it there immediately. Yeah. No. Do we have enough in here to do one more? Air compressor, what are you doing all of a sudden? Oh, that's what was going on. I was accidentally loosening it. There we go. Alright. Do I have enough in there to do one more? I don't think so. I almost now want to like hit it with like another silver from the top. Like a light silver, at least on him. Because that's how he like is perceived on the model, but this is my first time using Air Citadel paint. It was meh. Oh, I got these heads on standby. Let me hit these up real quick. Let's see how this works out. This is probably gonna look amazing. Probably a perfect amount of paint for this. Can't actually tell too much if it's coming out. It is. All right. And this turned into a basing stream to challenge myself to use an airbrush with a new color that I've never used before. Maybe I should have no-oiled it first, because this looks really good. Dude, is that noticeable on camera what it looks like in person? Like silver to blue? Yeah. I like this. Right? Yeah. I had another one on one, but then I took it off to do this dude's helmet. I need to do some panel liner probably. Instead of no on this, because it is white. It'll just be easier probably. But probably not really. What's that noise? I hear like a dog barking or something. Do I want to hit his... No, his helmet is white. I was like, do I want to hit his helmet with like this as an undertone? It's not going to really be noticeable probably. Nah, it's not going to be noticeable. I need to do something to him to make... I usually change up like something on almost all my builds and like nothing. I have 2 more Terminators I could technically paint. I've already been streaming an hour. But now I'm like, you know what? We'll just continue the test. Let's clean this. We're gonna known oil that other. It's not too much in there right now. Let's clean this, and then we're gonna known oil that Terminator. Kind of just see. I'm having a lot of splashing that I normally don't have today. Usually burping it like that. Yep, so you got some of it out. That's way too much water. Shoes, metallics are brutal in here, always. So we're just putting a napkin down too. Just leave that thing there. I could probably do this for an hour now. Just cleaning this. That's better. And now we're going to clean it out the nozzle. Yeah, tells me it's cleanish. A lot better than the ink that I was using in the beginning. All right, but now I'm going to put some airbrush cleaner in there. Thinner, which just makes it really easy to clean. Definitely rimmed up in there. Man, for some reason it's really dirty in there right now. Does not want to come out. Give it a little bit more oomph. Taking it off. Yep, that definitely helped. Like all in the threads and stuff. There we go. Much better. I'll do do a deep clean on it later, but at least we got just a little bit more. I'm gonna have to buy more of this cleaner. I got my glasses that time. Still a little bit, but we'll be all right. The truth behind the airbrush. Still flakes in there. It's just because I use metallic. Oh, like I said, just have to do a deep clean later. All right, now I'm gonna turn that off to save some juice. Actually, no, let's put that. Oh, sorry, it's already at like 50%. All right, clean up my workspace here. Napkin just in case. Put our airbrush board away. Bring this back over. We can take this glove off. Ta-da! Now that is in there. I have ink all over this hand. Like it's pointless. There you go. I swear this like boom I have moves every once in a while, but it's all good. Let's see here. Let's take a moment to maybe we can get back to the original plan of the stream. Piece just flaked right off. Yeah, that's definitely not dry enough yet. So if I hit that with wet paint, it's just, yeah, that's not ready. I could probably paint the head. Still got some thin spots on it. Yeah. I might strip this helmet and just start over. That white primer, I'm just gonna throw it away. It's not great. Like this whole back strip here is like, it's gonna be behind his helmet. Like, but this whole back line here, it's so contrast on the screen, you can't see it. It just cracked. And I can see where it got inked. Well, I'll take a look at it tomorrow. Go from there. I'm kind of happy with how that came out. I am debating on the Castellan Crowe back over here that I hit it again with like a silver from the top, but this really might change how I base my Grey Knights. I really like it. My concern is like I have a lot that are already done that don't have this blue on it, so I might have to go in manually and just like give it a coat to kind of match. It's funny, it almost comes out to look like this, and I did that for fun. It's a little different. This is like the power weapon color that I use. But I put it all over the skull. I'm in like deep thought now. You know what? Bump it. We're gonna do some dry brushing. Shake up both these colors. Bump it. This is what I want to do. This is my focus of the day. Now we're going to start with the orange. Anytime I'm dry brushing, I actually just put it right here. Trusty napkin out. And we're gonna keep going until we hit that color. There it is. Grab enough the first time. Ooh, whatever. We'll hit this a couple times. That's not bad. There we go. To really get this color in there. But it's all good if it's not too much. I got it over the top in that dry brush method, but I still like to use the same brush to like do this. Like rock outcrop out here too. We can always go back in with the red to really, oh, I got a bristle in there. Get out of there, bristle. There we go. There's a whole area right here that needs this. I'm gonna need more orange. Yep. Go with a little bit at a time. I don't want to waste too much. That's the only thing, like, I love the dry brushing method, but it wastes so much paint, in my opinion. But you can't be mad at the results. Oh, yes. A little bit more orange. More on the lip of the bottle than I got on my palette here. Probably really let this coat dry, but I'm a glutton for a punishment. That's it right there. Oh, that's that thing. Never mind. Yeah. I'm just like thinning it up at this point. Alright. Stop. Oh, actually, I was cleaning my brush out of habit, but it's just like full of metallics and white ink right now. That'd be terrible to do. Let me I'm gonna go swap this water out real quick. Boom, fresh water. Let's clean this. You know what? We're not gonna clean this brush much more. Now we'll get the wet out of it. They just wet the heck out of it. We're gonna wait a minute before we go to the yellow, and then we'll go back to. Actually, how I finish these bases off is I actually like finger scratch that red earth texture stuff back over it to like kill off, to like get these like little texture patches in here. And it looks, it's to make it look like it's like rusted and stuff like that. I'm not even, Jesus, remotely worried about painting this and this yet. Still a couple spots that really do need that orange on there, but there's nothing wrong with doing multiple coats. We're gonna go really thin here. Heck, did I not open that enough? There we go. I've made this base so many times. Let's see, let's one big one. I have two big ones for my big baby carriers, and that's Caligore 5, 6, 5. Yeah, made quite a bit of these. And then we just kind of go in outward fan like this. It's like more of like this mustardy color, but I only use it on the edges. I want to go back over it again with the orange and then sanding it off, basically. Not sanding it off, I don't know. Saying like sand, the red sand, it does a really good job of disappearing. There we go. Just cake on there, dude, for you can go away. There's still some black in there where I was trying not to be. Yeah. Alright. That's it for the yellow. And then we're going to go back to orange. And it's fun because I'm blending the colors. I don't care that it's still on the brush. So I get this nice in-between color here. Hit. All these sides again. Didn't really to get the first time. It looks intense, but it mellows out pretty quick. And I put this red sand back on there. This side just does not want to take. Now we're gonna clean this brush off. Instantly. Orange water. Is it getting loose? Oh, it is getting loose. I'm gonna glue that soon. That sucks. Really don't want to buy another one of these. Still some orange on there. A lot. It's all good. It's about the only thing I use that brush for anyway, so. So it looks intense right now, like I said, but we're gonna go back over it again with some of this red that moots it out. And I literally just do it with my finger. And patches. And it actually like kind of pushes it into the cracks. So it actually makes it pop when I do this. Just always try not to get too much on my finger at a time. And if I have to go back over it, I go back over it. But it's a little too much. Again. Ooh. This side just does not want to take. And then these areas where I got it like super far down, kind of just do the same thing. Because this red is just makes it pop, and we just kind of push it back up the opposite direction as we were pushing it down from the top. Usually I wait like a day. This sword is definitely going to disappear now. Eek, that was too much. Get my quick tool out. Where you at? There you are. Push, 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 push. Oh goodness. I was trying to twist it at the same time. Yeah, it got really thin where I try to save this sword. I'm just gonna cover up this sword now. The style is, because it's plastic and not cork, it's kind of changing up my style a little bit of how I usually do this. There's a casing in there I don't really want to cover up. Two casings actually, now that I noticed it. Let's see what happens. Popped when I dry brushed it. I'm glad though that that skull stayed completely hidden. The sword is still kind of poking out, but it's not noticeable. Maybe I can play with that at some point when I get to painting it. This base will it'll look so good tomorrow when it all dries. Usually I spend like, I'll do these in batches and I'll take like 2 and 3 days to do them. Like drying in between coats and everything. But today I decided I wanted to do a live stream. Or like I was trying to edit a video, getting frustrated because I'm used to just being like a gaming streamer, but now I like doing this more than I enjoy that. So I was like, you know what, let's do a live stream. I haven't done a live stream in ages. I think the last time I went live was live on YouTube when I switched over to YouTube primarily instead of doing like yes. This one just light up. It's just the gram. We're gonna shove a tough in here somewhere. It's not done. I'm done with this though. So on here, the base is very gray. So I think what I'm gonna do is paint these like two little pillars gray, and then paint this. Is this like the same with some highlights as it's got some black trim on there. Some edge highlights. It's very much like a, not quite a copper, but brown, like a what is that? It's not gold. It's not bronze. Is it more like a coppery look? Do I have copper? Light bronze, bronze. Yeah, let's go with light bronze and bronze. Yeah. So pretty much all my paints that I use are Monument Hobbies. I'm even wearing a Monument Hobby shirt, got the pad. It's all good. I'm not gonna use, I never have luck using my wet palette. It's like black. Shake that up some more. I've probably never used these two colors. You know, I could paint those and then make them look like they've just been like almost like how I paint my skulls, and then I hit them lightly with that red over them. Yep, that's exactly what I'll do. All right, let's try that again. That was weird. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I've probably never used these two colors before. Maybe my handle out. That was probably dumb. Yeah, it's definitely looking better and better as it dries. Let's just get a good base on it first of this bronze. Actually got some silver speckles on there from when I primed it earlier, which is kind of funny. There's a little bit of this red earth on there, and I'm actually trying to leave it on there. I'm trying to paint around it, not over it. I actually think it looks freaking awesome. Bum, bum, bum. A little bit too much on the brush there. Yeah, that was way too much on the brush because I just used it almost to paint that entire surface. I got too much on the freaking pad is what I got. This is looking really good. Come on. Like a divot or something right there. I didn't want to take. Oh, the circle goes all the way down right there. Hold on, I didn't notice that. Choop. Choop. Head butted to the camera. Hopefully I didn't change your angle too much. Or block. No, I can't tell with this light if I got in those little points, like the inside of the arrow. We'll just hit them up just in case. Oh, that looks good. And then what we'll do, we'll hit it up with this light bronze. Unfortunately, I don't have anything else to really use bronze for. I got too much down. Needs to be mixed up. The same problem. I used the light gold for the first time the other day, and I kind of did the same thing. Started to separate. I was getting all kinds of different colors. I'm gonna edge highlight the heck out of this. I think we're just gonna edge highlight like what's shined up. So let's see here. Oops. That's not good. Do that over here too. Ugh. I need a new brush. This is like was my little baddie brush I use for everything. So much anymore. Scratch some of these over too to make it look jagged. Definitely not doing that on this side. Maybe this is technically bent. do it there. Like I said, on the upward surfaces, we'll do it. I'll put it a little bit more here. I don't know how, but I see some like a little red granule on there. These little rivet points. That was a little much. This one's technically show. Let me clean this brush off. It's getting a little gunky. So that's all the surfaces that are facing upwards that would be lightened by this. Now, God, that's so much paint. I hate wasting paint like that, but it is what it is. All right. I'm gonna wash that one and get a tip on it. Back. Yeah, where's my known oil at? Hello, known oil, where are you? It's my black wash, but I don't want the black wash. I want my known oil. There it is. We'll do the same thing. Just like 2 little drops of it. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna need for what I'm about to do. We're just gonna hit this metal part up just to give it that little metallic hue. Use this brush. Mostly from the back. All right, fine. Get you really saturated. There we go. A reverse of what we did with the light color. And then we'll use it. Probably do 2 coats on the back, but mostly just want to use it on these parts. Technically be casting a shadow into the under the rivets. And then on the underside. Off or something. Yes. Dude, that looks so good. On the center to kind of just darken it up a little bit more. It's battered. Battle patterned. Oh my god, words are hard. I want like a pool of it sitting on the back. Yeah, usually you don't want that. I want that. Brush is not clean. There we go. Now it's clean. Alright. So we can put, I'm not going to put my oranges away yet, but we can put these metallics away. Oh, that's, God, that came out so good. Now for these grays. Let's, we'll keep the theme going. Not really the theme, but yeah, we're going to keep these grays going. Let me, actually, I'm going to put those away. I have, let's see here, dark warm gray, neutral gray, gray. Oh, that's warm. Okay, that's neutral gray. We don't want that. So I got dark warm gray and warm gray. Let's shake these up. And then we'll paint these like pillars. Probably gonna put a tuff right over that sword where it's sticking out. I'm gonna put a big old tuff right there. It'd look good there too. It's gonna look way better when it dries. Actually, I might need to hit it with orange one more time. I think some of the white ink from my hand got on there. Damn. Should probably wash my. I should have washed my hands immediately after. Yeah, there's like a right in the middle. Probably what I pushed down when I put this on here. There's yeah. All right. Oil it go. Wait. You know what we might use on this? Where are you? There you are. Teensy amount. Not yet. Panel liner. We'll hang on to that. We're going to start with a darker color. That is. Feels watery. That's really dark, actually. Oh, that is. Never mind. I'm stupid. That is the dark. This is a warm gray. Do I have like a light gray? Or a light warm gray? I have a dark warm gray. I have a neutral gray. We'll feather it and build it up if we have to. Those are metallics. Coal black. That's what it is. Whoa, jeez. You can tell I haven't been painting. I've been out of town for freaking 2 weeks. Oh, my colors are freaking looking gnarly, dude. There we go. Alright. I don't want to use that brush for this. Screw it. This is like my go-to brush, man. I love this brush. So we're going to paint this how we want it to look. And then we'll weather it up. Just like we're going to do to this metallic once it dries. This is taken really nicely on here. So I don't want to paint up too much of the red in there, because I actually want it to look like it's sitting there and it's been sitting there for a while. But the texture of it, making it look broken, actually looks really good. Definitely want all this red to go away. I mean, orange. Literally just said I want the red to stay, and then I said I don't want orange there. That's hilarious. Alright. Now, man, that dried really fast. That looks so good. Try to pull it out of these ruins, because I'm going to use some panel liner on these ruins. To edge highlight. I'm not even sure. I'm sure it's going to, but yeah, it's a significantly lighter color. On there, it's like all the spike edges and crack edges and ugh. There you go. It's always like the part that I feel like I suck at. It almost feels like it's not enough of a color change. But I know it's because I'm going on so light. It's so thin, it's just not showing up. Got a little too heavy-handed right there. Trying to highlight around the runes. Now destroying whatever you did. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to do this in like multiple layers, but it's all good. Oh god, too much paint on the brush. Oh, I haven't done this side at all. Almost needs like another layer of something else on there. A lighter color. Like for what I did, it actually looks really good, but it just doesn't fit yet. You know what? Maybe once I panel line the black on it, it'll make it, and then go over it again with that light gray. Maybe it'll help it pop. I always get so nervous using this panel liner. Apparently, I'm just nervous about everything today. God. Whatever. Pretty much a perfect example of why I was nervous about using that. It just saturated the whole friggin' thing. But it kind of helped me create a shadow. But I'm gonna have to go back over to where it went into the red. I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. Oh my god, that was awful. I have a new brush. Ugh, here we go. Where are you at? Is this the, nope, that's not the one I want. This one. Never used this brush. There with the cat. And this is gonna be the one that I redo these touches with. Still so bright. I have to go over with that yellow again and go really lightly over the edges. At least it did get into like cracks and whatnot. Tip it. I'm gonna tip. I'm not even gonna try to drag it into the brush. Gross. God, that scared the crap out of me. That was my reminder time. Hit around some of these rune points to make the panel intersections stand out a bit more, but some areas were significantly deeper. It took way better than others. This style does look a lot better than what I was trying to do a second ago. Yep, it's better. Not great, but better. It's just going to take multiple coats to get this looking the way I want it to look, I guess. Meh. I'm super happy with how that turned out, but I'm not super happy about how these turned out. I was thinking about just making them look like this, and no. This side needs these ruins need just like a little bit more. That's not bad. I just made it too dark off the rip, maybe. Just gonna drag some of this frost, kind of feather this out a little bit. Yep. Yep, that was it. That's what I needed. All right, clean this brush off ever so gently. All right. Now for what I don't want to do. That's. Let me clean this off before I screw this up. There we go. Just a teeny tiny yellow. The teeniest tiniest. I might even just say screw it and finger paint this, because it's just not What? Where's my... There it is. Like, I have a tiny... No, that is not tiny. Where's the medium one at? There it is. A medium dry brush. This is the right yellow I'm using, right? Yeah, it's like the orange. Yeah, it's a warm yellow. It's making me nervous. Right, we're just gonna get you super saturated. Well, not saturated, but super thinned out. I think that's I didn't dab it out enough. Freaking bristle. I even cleaned you off good. That's better. Almost turned it kind of like a green. What the fuck? Something must have still been on this brush a little bit. 'Cause yeah, it's like an off yellow now. It's, for whatever reason, it's just not taking on some of these corners. I'm gonna overdo this and piss myself off. More yellow. Okay, not using that brush. Something's wrong with that brush. Go back to this brush. Now we're getting too yellow. What in the world is happening right now? Yeah, gotta clean this medium brush a little bit. There's something on there that just bled. That was still hiding the bristles. I probably haven't used that brush in months and months and months and months. Like, I mean, like 6 months. Yeah, there's something coming out of these bristles. Shit. Set that off to the side. All right, so I'm going to try to save this again with this. I want to use it to, so we're going to do the finger dab that I was doing earlier. Kind of bring back some of the redness in some of the areas. Maybe that'll mild it out. I definitely started getting like a green texture there, so that was an immediate abort. There we go. Still like almost a slight greeny hue, but it's definitely coming along. Ooh, pull that a little too hard. All right. Now we need to save this other little part again that we got all those oils into from the known oil or the panel liner. Those cracks were not deep enough for that, but it's all good. I want that really wet stuff right from the jar. I usually pull from the lid, but all right. Now for the terrifying part. We're gonna try to dirty this up without messing it up. So like right here is really bright. The sword, you can see the like the swirl of the sword, but not quite in there. Yeah, great. Let's fill that gap. Yeah, a tough is definitely going right there. Oh, that's the spike. There's some dark orange right there. It's all good. Now we're gonna try to purpose. Should I use a brush? I might use a brush for it. Now I want to use this really sparingly. kind of just like fill in gaps and build up, mostly with color, not texture. Just want it to look like it's been there for a while. So I kind of picture it as if the red is like sand, and the sand has been blown up, like pushed up against the rocks and stuff like that. Then anytime I have stuff on it, I try to make it just look like it's been wind blown by it. So I usually do this with my finger. I'm assuming this will match that effort. Yeah, I pulled it to my chest. I told you I wasn't eventually going to do it. Ooh, that's way too much. Trying to push it out of those cracks. Get out of there, get out of there. Vague detail, but it's there. It's gonna look really good when it's done. Ugly part is I'm going to do it to this. And luckily I kind of already did it, but we're going to just do it randomly. So I kind of good part is I did some before I did the known oil. So some of it's a little dark and then some of it will be bright. So it'll actually look really good. It's settled in the cracks. Oop, too much. I almost wish I had some like rust grime kind of stuff, but I don't. So good. Gives, yeah, it just gives it that like almost like it's wind blown with this rusty red. Dude, that looks so good. Yeah, it looks that's much better. Still like it's freaking like my primer is still shining through right there somehow. It's crazy, man. I'm just like rubbing edges on some places. It's nuts. Dude, I think this came out looking so good. I almost want to put a little bit more on these like ruins. It's got caught on the spikes and stuff. It's just like caked up on top of it. So good. All right, now I want to do something back here, like big old. Put a tuff there. I can still see the bulge, like I just never got under here enough. The material shrink. It's just not up in these cracks enough. That's gold right there, man. Money. Other than tufts, I think that is pretty freaking awesome. Let's put this away again. I think once it dries 100%, it's gonna look really good. No one oiled it, so it gives it that metallic-y, or it's already metallic paint. It gives it that like gritty grime look. Still a little shiny, which isn't bad, but then I put some of that rust, it's not rust, but this red on there. It's too wet to put a tuff on there. Yeah, it's sticky. Not gonna put a tuff on there right now. I gotta clean these two brushes. I gotta clean the heck out of them. I don't think there's much more I can do. That green black, I bet would have looked really cool on there. Makes it look windswept. It's a little bit more red than I normally like, but I was having an issue with the brushes, so we can maybe come back at it again. See, this is what I was like. I painted this skull is on here, just like I would on anything else. And then I hit it lightly. Looks so good. Yep, I did a good job. This will look even better tomorrow once it's 100% cured. Just probably went too fast on painting it. I like how it looks like there's like sand stuck to it in places that sand would be stuck to. Big tuff right there. Where are my tufts? I haven't used a tuff since I moved. Like I said, I'm not going to put it on there right now, but I'm just going to bust them out. I use two different style tufts. You know what? Yeah, that one's got more big ones on it. We'll do that up tomorrow. That'll be my cue to do that for myself. I'll do that offline. And once this is like 100% done, I'll post it. I'll probably come back one more time with a really small brush and hit it up again. I'm still not quite satisfied with the edges. And it's the material, I bet. And it's never really got 100% cured. It's really cold and humid today here, so it'll be all right. Let's kind of see how he looks on this base. Oh, good Lord. I'm about to clean that hole out, huh? Yeah, I got filled with gunk, huh? Press this, but not with my right hand that's covered in ink. I've run into that issue again. Yeah, there's a square one right there. Look at that. Boop. Whatever. Money. Look at that beautiful man there. Saturate him in no oil tomorrow. That blue hue looks so good, in my opinion. Like, it's ever so faint. It definitely lightened up. Like, again, my only concern is that some of my models are already done, and I'm so happy with this. I think I'll just start doing this going forward. It'll be fine. This is my army. I like them. I love them. I want some more of them. But yeah, having the big tuff in the back right there, I'm kind of just doing like the same crack style. Like, I'll probably put a tuff down in there, maybe, because that's where those bullets were. Obviously nothing around there. And then when I do finally airbrush this sword, I'll give some glow to it, airbrush the base to kind of to make it look like he's giving off light. But damn, man, this for a semi-rush job for today. I decided to stream. This came out really, really good. It definitely needs some more yellow highlights, so it's definitely not done, but I'm good enough for today. Good enough. I do plan on doing some more live streams more often, probably at a minimum, like once a week. But it is something I think I have wanted to start get back into. So I appreciate you, and I will see you on the next one.